Alright everyone, this video is actually a little bit more of an audio test than it is a serious video because it's a fairly minor issue, but you can tell me in the comments, does this sound better than the other two videos that I made? Because I think I accidentally fiddled around with the little switch on here and declined its actual recording levels substantially. I think that's what the problem was, so you can tell me, and I'll be able to check up on it too. Dennis Kucinich, he's a former Democratic congressman. I happen to like him. He's got some kooky beliefs, but actually, he's a little bit, almost in a way, like the Ron Paul of the left. He's sane. He believes in the United States. He's not hoodwinked by some of the Ma Russia bullshit. He tends to be more sensible. And when Dennis Kucinich, who was cast off as a fringe individual, I think it was around 2008, I think that's when he was running. When Dennis Kucinich is the sane person within the Democratic Party, again, you've got some problems. I would compare him a little bit with Rand Paul, too. I think the only person more active talking to the media and stuff that is, taken seriously, at least sometimes, that makes any sense. He's chuckling about the 25th Amendment bullcrap that's going on among the Democrats in the House right now. And I'm not surprised. See, there are so many problems with the things that the Democrats have proposed. Those that are jumping aboard with this, the first problem, and the most important, is the Democrats don't control Congress, which means they need the consent of a bunch of Republicans, and in fact, I believe Mike Pence himself, in order to actually declare Trump to be insane or temporarily incapacitated. Secondly, if they did it, Mike Pence takes over, he's an evangelocon. Oh, they'd have a terrible time of it. He might sound more reasonable, more like a career politician, a standard kind of more dry individual. His beliefs, though, if you look at what Trump has said throughout time, his beliefs are fairly centrist. If you look at what Pence has said throughout time, he's talking about, oh, I won't even meet with a female alone, I've got to have my wife with me and stuff. I won't dine with another woman present. He's just totally off the wall. And Kucinich is having a great time lambasting these people within the Democratic Party that are talking about removing Trump, because it won't happen. It's a dumb idea. If it did happen, it would be even worse for the Democrats, I think, than having Trump in there. At least with Trump in there, someone who talks off the wall sometimes. You do have a proportion of the U.S. population who takes that as a sign that he's nuts. But to actually declare him nuts and get somebody in there that will seem to them normal, I would think that'd be a bad thing for the Democrats. I'd think they would want the Republican who's in office to be off the wall so that at least the pearl clutchers will never jump aboard with the Trump train, which is exactly the situation they've got now. But the Democrats are they're cruising for a bruising, because they're still, here it is, the 4th of July. What are they still talking about? Oh, we're going to impeach Trump. Russian collusion. We're going to remove Trump from office. We're going to declare him incapacitated and have Mike Pence do his job. Where's your platform? I'm going to keep asking this over and over, probably well through the midterms. Where's your platform? What are your actual proposals? Trump saying he wants to reform the tax code. How he's going to do that, we're not entirely sure yet, but at least he suggested the possibility that he's willing to do something about it. You haven't. Your idea is keep the tax code the same way Obama left it in the first place. That's not a good platform to have. What are you going to do about ISIS? Trump's solution is we're going to bomb a bunch of people. And, some of our foreign policy in the Middle East has been a little bit off kilter. But that's par for the course. At least it's a platform. At least he's saying, yeah, we're going to tinker with things a little bit. Your idea in the Middle East is, well, I guess I don't even quite know. You haven't really said anything about it. What about on a million other issues? Like the TPP. Solon and some of these groups that come out to attack Trump on it. They say, oh, now China is going to lead the world economy, which is bullcrap, by the way. They're not capable of it. How is signing a trade deal that even most Democrats didn't want because they realized how bad it was, how is failure to sign that very unpopular, shitty idea of a trade deal a bad thing for Trump? Had he signed it, he probably would have been impeached by now, but it'd be his own supporters trying to impeach him. Oh, well, he just went full globalist. We're not dealing with this shit anymore. They would have probably been, the Democrats would be like, oh, okay, well, we can tolerate this. He's acting like a centrist. His own fans, like the alt-right, would be gunning for him at that point. They'd be saying, oh, we can't support him anymore. They'd be making YouTube videos about invoking the 25th Amendment. They'd be doing what the Democrats are doing probably if he'd signed the TPP. Thank goodness he didn't. Dennis Kucinich, meanwhile, who used to be someone that a lot of folks considered him to be like out to lunch, he's starting to sound, I think, more and more sane even to the centrists within the Democratic Party. And he's like far left, an actual liberal. He's a real liberal. He's not a Clintonian. He's not a Sanders progressive per se. He's an actual like JFK style business liberal with some far left beliefs. I believe environmentalism is one of them. He takes more of a soft approach to some of these so-called hostile foreign states like Russia, which means, of course, he gets on RT and he gets declared a traitor. Oh, he's working for the Russians just like Trump and Jill Stein. It's like it's gotten worse and worse. It was Trump's working with Russia. Now it's also Dennis Kucinich and Ron Paul and Jill Stein. People from like the far right, the far left, any libertarian, anyone in the Green Party, they're all like a bunch of Russian agents. Tens of millions of Russians. Oh my goodness, how will our republic survive this total treasonous overthrow? And Kucinich just says, I think he has to chuckle. He probably laughs himself to sleep every night at this point. He's like, I bet the Democrats wish they had taken me seriously now back in 2008 before all this crap began. When their fake-ass savior failed to change anything, kept the wars going, kept signing away our sovereignty to foreign states, now wants to turn around with the Clintonians and blame Russia for all of our problems. That's what the Democrats have done. Now he looks sane by comparison. So tell me again, tell me in the comments if the audio on this video is better. I want to make sure that I got it more or less right. If it's a little bit on the loud side, I'll scale it back a little. If it's a little bit still on the quiet side, I'll turn up its settings on the computer, because I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure that the problem is I accidentally fiddled with the little thing, the little switch on the actual microphone itself, like the physical switch that controls its own internal audio levels. You can do it from the computer and from the microphone. So if you don't balance it just right, it's either too high and it gets tinny and kind of shaky, or it's too low. It's a little bit cantankerous. Still the best microphone I've ever used, but a little bit, it needs some fine tuning. I think they need to make it a little easier to control what the audio levels really are, make it easier to test them as well. That's about all. Peace out.